Yeah! Things are bound to go badly soon. It's been far too easy. Okay, screw some boards on the end and we're ready for action. Oh yes. Got a wee party of cows following me this morning. Morning Holly! What a beast! Big breakdown. Is the drill working there? Kev was bailing last night, so we finished up, parked under this cover. Got everything finished here at this yard. I think there's a bit to do along the road, some winter barley from the malt we cut. I've come to the creek feeder just in time. See the tongue. So all this wheat, it'll get used for animal feed or spirit production. Areas of the country that can produce higher quality, more down south in England, and it's then used for biscuit making and whatnot, which gets a bit more premium on it. Number of sunflowers in the field, 195,000. I think Danny was the closest, on 245 I think he was guessing. 50 away. All the stalks and leaves from sunflowers from yesterday, just getting rid of them. Now I need to fill up the creek feeder, which the cows are already waiting. Look at her, she's just like a vulture waiting for me. What do you want? Yeah? See you. This is how the first bracket came out. Not too convinced by it, but I'll try it. Worst case it'll fall off. This is the second bracket. See how I'm doing it. I can actually, on this bracket, I can just get rid of this top bit once I've welded it all together. When the slag just peels off, that's the inside of it. Oh, beautiful, crispy. I'll tell you what, I'll take that any day of the week. Oh yes. Dunks just went out of the combine this morning because on the combine, this is the feeder housing. So the header sits on the front here, draws in the crop, it goes into the feeder housing here, and these chains rotate, and these bars draw in the crop up there, all the way into the back there, into where the threshing drums are. And then what happened is the stones come in here through the combine. There's a stone trap further up there, but obviously the stone's been trapped under here, underneath this bar and this bar, and these have been replaced. But they had a big bent in them, a big bow in them, so Dunks just replaced them. We got spare ones from the dealership. Dad went and picked them up. Out setting up for the day, so in the sunflowers. So we've got card machine and charger. So we obviously run the card machines and whatnot in the shop. So we've got portable ones already. We've only got one actually spare, so it was quite lucky we were able to use it up here. Just works off of mobile signal, so we can use it up here no problem. It was kind of on the busy days, on the Saturday, Sunday, questionably going to last battery wise, so we bought a portable charger, a big beefy one. Basically just like emptying the wheelbarrow, emptying the big forklift bucket in the morning, and then the girl arrives who's running this place, does all the wall, starts making up bunches and various bits and bobs. She's kind of looking after the gaff. In here we're managing to keep up with the grain dryer in terms of what crop we're bringing in, because the wheat is so dry. It's like 16, which is very good for wheat. And we're able to dry it at 90 degrees because it's not for any seed or anything like that. It's just firing through the grain dryer really quick. Even on top of that, dry piles always getting shifted down to the bottom shed, just keeping that at bay. Other than that, it's going really easy, going really smooth. Combine's not had any kind of hard days yet. No moisture to deal with. It's been perfect. Just filled that wee trailer up with sunflowers off of an area that's not really getting used. So the girl who's running it up at the entrance, she can make bunches out of these and they end up in the shop and we sell them in the shop. Shifting dry wheat, combine just out the door there, it's on its way out to the field. Positioned these face plates, I've tacked them into place as you can see, just running the stick welder just now, and because I actually blew a fuse in the other one and just grabbed that one. Quite enjoying using it, to be honest. So I'll just weld these faceplates on, they're in the exact right position, and then I can start to consider putting these on. These will sit like that in there. They're a bit rough, but they'll do the job. Struggled at the start. I obviously had a dodgy hour. Didn't really realise for a while, so there's some janky looking stuff over here. But once I got it sorted out, like doing the job. Slow the feet. It's too wet to bail yet, so Kevin's on the bogey at the moment, and then either me or Dad will swap, depending on how far I get out of this. Probably not the greatest idea welding next to all this chaff. Nice and crispy dry. The ducks are enjoying harvest. Look at them all. Hi. Hi. Just shifting this back. I had it out a bit this way so I could weld over here because the wire's kind of running out of length. All I've left to do now is weld a few bits around this area. All the rest of the section's done. It'll need braces, but just with, I'll just make a tiny wee pusher on the end, just out of wood, to test it out. See if it's going to work like that, and then I might just leave it at that until I get a proper chance to brace it all and do that all properly. Coming in thick and fast. I'm just taking a slither off the base of this bracket. So I've got one more to do. I'm kind of halfway across it. I'm now ready to test whether it lines up right. So I put on the brackets, one there, one there. So I'll just check it lines up correct before I fully weld them. They're just tacked on at the moment. And then I just need some side pieces up the skirt, up the side of that edge. So welded on there so the pins can go through. Tell you what, I will take that 100%. Let the forklift down, finish welding all of that. Just welded the top seams. You can see the slag starting to flake off. I just need to go and push up the wheat in here before Dad gets back with another load. There's a few loads I've not pushed up. All needs pushed up just to get it pushed right into the pit there. Moment of truth. Everything's welded fully. Still needs the edges, but I can lift it. Come on. Oh yeah! There we go. We're in action. There we go. I'm chuffed with that, to be fair. Just going to put side bits on it so I can put the pins on, it won't fall off. Board up the very end. Just do this box section for now. I'll just use wood all the way across this little bit for now, just so we have basically a small blade on it. So there's not too much force going through it. And then once I get the chance, probably come winter time, I'll beef it up quite a bit. Well, not necessarily winter time. If I get the chance in the next month or so. I'll beef it up a lot and I'll make a bigger blade for it. But I'm chuffed with it so far. It's absolutely massive. I'm gonna wipe something out with it. The video from when I started making this has just gone out a couple of hours ago, and I'm already getting comments about the 3mm box section I've used. It's not going to be strong enough. Sounds like that. The response is the blade's going to be really small in the end until the winter, and then in winter time, or when I get the chance, we'll beef it up a bit. In order to beef it up a bit, I just need to get a heavier box section, and I can run it up the inside of these angles, 4 lengths of it, and that'll take it from being a bit questionable to it'll be absolutely solid. Won't seem like I've done much today. The grain pusher just lining everything up, all the welding and whatnot's taking a long time. It's now 5:30. That's all been harvested basically today, and there's a few more batches. All that as well has been today. Getting a fair bit through the wheat. If we went late tonight and started early tomorrow, we'd get it all done tomorrow, but really we're not in a massive rush. We've got probably a total of 4 or 5 stick welding. So you use this which is an electrode. You clamp it on here, and this is a piece of metal coated in a slag material, and when you're welding, the slag material melts and hardens over the top of the weld, and it means oxygen can't get in. Unlike MIG welding, which uses a gas, a shielding gas, so that oxygen can't get in. Just a different way of doing it. Right, tech screw some boards on the end and we're ready for action. Quite a lot of flex. Well, a lot of it's the forklift as well. It's definitely not strong enough yet, but with a wee board and being careful, it won't fall apart. In the tractor now, gonna head to the field of wheat. Dad's just nipping in for some tea, so I'll do a quick swap and I'll grab some food after. Once he's finished, I'll swap back. Grain pusher's almost there. I'm a bit sceptical. This is today's efforts plus another wee 13-acre field that got done first thing. Right, we've got a few boards, just tech screwed on. Do the job for now, keep it nice and small, and hopefully it then won't get a big bend in it or crumple. Moment of truth. At the start of it, I said wouldn't be a big deal if I crumpled it, be a few £100 and some time. But I tell you what, if this breaks, I'll be absolutely gutted. Definitely going to film the first use of this. Could be quite entertaining for everyone else, not for me. I could be quite upset. There's a couple piles there that need pushed up first, so I'm just going to put this down, grab the bucket, push it up first, and then get the pusher and try and get right up high. You're going to have to wait until you see the grain pusher in action because I've got wheat to move, so the dry pile here is getting quite big and Dad's kind of struggling for room to tip. So I'm going to shift this trailer out of the way. I've cleared him a space in here right next to the pit where it's been emptying, so he can dump a load there, but I need this tractor out of the way so he can do that, tip this into the big shed, and I need to get the forklift, push all this stuff up in the big shed, then I can try the grain pusher. Doesn't look much of a pile there, but there's probably 300 tonne in there. Worked fairly well so far. I've not really gone too high, but I've got about a metre so far higher. It's not going to be the quickest grain pushing in the world if it's only got that wee blade in the front. I already want to put a big, huge muckle blade on it, but I don't think the frame will take it yet. So I'll just stick with that just to be safe. Things have broken on it so far. Here, where the pinhole goes through. I don't know what happened, but I didn't quite line it up in here right. Opened the pin and it broke that weld. Doesn't bode well for my welds. Didn't actually put much weld on that, just 1, 2, 3 little bits, because it's not really taking too much load, but obviously I should have because I just broke it. On the front, the wood I've snapped because I stupidly put the overhang on the bottom side rather than the top side, so when you put it down it lies on the wood, takes all the weight, and it broke. What else? I think wheat has got into the column in there. Yeah, it does. Wheat's got into the column down here, so it's rattling its way down in there. And if we're moving between wheat and if we're going to seed next, or seed oats or seed barley, we can't have that. So that's something to fix. Need to put a cap on the ends. But like, I didn't push it too hard. I was quite gentle with it. But it'll work. Like, it's not going to be the quickest, but for next year, by the time we get it beefed up, we're looking good. You can see it's starting to get a bit of a squeeze in here, so I'm going to shift this pile up a bit so we can get a few loads tipped in here. And I'll make a wee hole here. There's enough for one load in here. Back in action, refueled, raring to go. Get some wheat shifted. Just cleared out all my tools that were lying in the middle of nowhere, because they'll get buried in chaff and they'll disappear and I'll lose them forever. So cleared them, finished combining. Things are bound to go badly soon. It's been far too easy, but this has been ridiculously easy so far. It's been such a breeze. No doubt the sowing will be the one that takes a hit and gets hammered with the weather or breakdowns, or who knows, but it's been great. Don't mind the late nights when you know it's been a breeze and it's almost done. Now we're finished, Dad's going to start shifting dry stuff. I need to sort this out so I can use it. There you go, fixed. Wood's not strong enough. I'm getting a lift down. Getting there, we'll shift one more and that's us. I just went to take a picture actually. Pit full, dry pile cleared, 4 trailers shifted, and bedtime. Number of sunflowers in the field, 195,000. I think Danny was the closest, 245 I think he was guessing. 50 away. Quite a few.